Hello, good afternoon from Anglia News. Business Secretary Lord Mandelson has been visiting Luton today to meet with union leaders and managers at the Vauxhall van plant. Vauxhall's American parent company, General Motors, put the factory up for sale earlier this year. Our reporter Neil Bradford sent us this report.
Despite numerous invitations from the unions, this was in fact Lord Mandelson's first visit to the Vauxhall van plant here in Luton, which makes Vauxhall, Opel, Nissan and Renault vans. He saw for himself the production line in operation this morning. He talked to the unions about their concerns for the 1,500 employees, and he met with the management of Vauxhall UK. Now, there were no cast iron guarantees, but Lord Mandelson said he was hopeful that a deal could be reached to safeguard the jobs here in Luton.
I can't guarantee anything at this stage, but what I have been able to assure the workforce and the unions of is that we are doing absolutely everything we can to safeguard production here in Luton, but also in Ellesmere Port, but also all the companies, the businesses, the suppliers who make up the chain that feeds parts and components.
Now, today's meeting has been seen as a positive move by both the unions and the management of Vauxhall UK. I spoke to the managing director and asked him whether he shared the concerns of his workers.
Yes, I do. I mean, there's a lot of people here. There are families, and there are people that supply parts to us and live in the infrastructure around here. And, you know, this is an important plant, and I'm doing all I can to keep this plant. Not for any sentimental reason, to be perfectly honest. It's the fact that it is a model of quality, reliability, efficiency and safety. And it's world class, and this plant deserves to keep going.
Canadian firm Magna is still the preferred bidder for these negotiations. We're told a deal could be reached by the end of July, the beginning of August, but still no cast iron guarantees. The negotiations clearly have a long way to go.
Scotland Yard is investigating the leader of Essex County Council after he reportedly claimed tens of thousands of pounds in overnight allowances, despite living just 46 miles from Westminster. The Daily Telegraph says Conservative peer Lord Hanningfield claimed £100,000 over 7 years for the cost of staying overnight in London in order to attend the Lords, rather than returning to his home near Chelmsford. In a statement, Lord Hanningfield said he was satisfied he could account for his expenses and that he'd received no complaints about them from the House of Lords authorities. He said he was focusing on his duties in the House of Lords. 2 men have been charged following a man's death at a pub on the outskirts of Cambridge earlier this year. Paul Mansfield died following an incident at the Five Bells in the High Street, Cherry Hinton, on Friday, January the 30th. 21-year-old Jamie Hudson and Dale Fitzjohn, who's 28, have been charged with manslaughter. They both live in Cherry Hinton. This picture shows 2 police officers with alcohol seized from children in Bedfordshire villages like Ampthill and Flitwick during the last 6 months. The drink was confiscated from teenagers as young as 13 out as late as 3 a.m. Letters are sent to the parents of any child found underage drinking. A hospital is giving pregnant women in labour the chance to listen to their iPods while giving birth to help them keep calm. Mothers-to-be at Hinchingbrook Hospital in Huntingdon will be allowed to play any tune from their collection to get them through the pain. The midwife-led maternity unit already has ensuite facilities with CD players and a birthing pool, which allow women to have a water birth at their request. It's hoped that a collection of Iron Age gold coins found in a Suffolk field will eventually be housed in a museum in Ipswich. The coins date from 40 BC to 15 AD and were discovered by 2 men using metal detectors at Dallinghoo near Wickham Market. An inquest at Ipswich has declared them treasure. An evaluation committee will now decide their value, which is estimated to be £500,000. This will be split between the landowner and the finders. An 11-year-old swimmer from Ipswich has just completed the equivalent of 6 channel crossings. Florence Dickin is hoping to swim the 22-mile distance a total of 10 times to raise money for the spinal injuries charity Aspire. She will have covered a total of 220 miles by the time she completes her challenge. Well, some big changes in the weather for many of us today. Let's get the details with Amanda.